The champagne glasses glittered beneath the golden August sun, but my fingers never reached for one. Laughter circled around me, like a wind I wasn't meant to feel. Everyone looked happy. Everyone except me. She stood at the altar in white, the girl I once carried on my shoulders, the child I raised like my own heartbeat, now smiling at a man whose presence I paid for. Every flower, every satin napkin, the delicate shimmer of her gown, all on my tab. Not out of obligation, but love. I wanted her day to be perfect. I thought, foolishly, that I still held a place in her world. Then I saw him, tapping a glass with a spoon like he belonged there. Nate, my wife's former business partner. My daughter's so-called uncle. Same tacky cologne. Same smug expression. They didn't even bother changing his name in the group text. Maybe they thought I wouldn't notice. Or maybe they didn't care. I didn't confront him. I didn't yell. I rose quietly, stepped out into the gravel lot, and made 3 phone calls. The invoice for the florist, transferred to her account. The venue, technically mine, now under new terms. Lease voided due to unauthorized guests. Breach of agreement. Catering, fully paid. I'm not vindictive, just efficient. Then I walked back inside, calm, and sat. No one knew the celebration was already bleeding beneath its perfect skin. It hadn't always been like this. For over 20 years, I did what I thought fathers and husbands were supposed to do. I worked late, woke early, made birthdays magical, even when my wallet felt light. My wife once said she valued consistency. So I built it, a company with my name on the door. A warm home where the bills were never late, and the fridge never ran empty. I paid for ballet lessons, braces, violin classes she hated but insisted on. I smiled through holidays with my in-laws and made peace with silence when words might have broken something sacred. The shift didn't come with a bang. It crept in, subtle. My wife stopped wearing the anniversary gift I'd saved up for a watch she once admired, claimed it clashed with her new look. She started dining without me, drinking more. The house chilled, though the thermostat never moved. And then I found proof. Receipts. Charges for dinners I didn't attend. A hotel room I never checked into. His name on every line. Nate. Still, I said nothing. I watched, carefully, quietly. The wedding was their masterpiece. The final brushstroke on a canvas built from my labor and painted in my absence. At the rehearsal dinner, he sat beside her, my wife, laughing like betrayal was an inside joke. I finally saw what I was, the financier of their fantasy. But by then, the script was already rewritten. Months earlier, I'd made changes. Sold nearly half the company to someone I trusted, a quiet investor with long memory and deeper pockets. Transferred the house into a trust. Locked down the accounts. Changed the passwords. They thought I wouldn't leave because I hadn't. They forgot to ask what would happen if I did. 3 days after the wedding, the fallout began. Headlines: local businesswoman accused of embezzlement. Wedding venue closed mid-reception over legal dispute. Uncle Nate tied to fraud in multiple states. I didn't speak to the press. I didn't have to. Word travels, especially when someone powerful quietly exits the stage. People noticed the empty seat. Turns out Nate had more skeletons than they knew. My silent partner made some calls. Authorities dug deeper. Surveillance footage. Records. My wife left explaining how she forged signatures on bank documents. The banks weren't sympathetic. My daughter? She called, left a voicemail. Said she didn't understand what was happening. That she never meant to hurt me. I never called back. Not out of hate, but because some truths are too heavy to carry in conversation. The town still murmurs about the wedding that fell apart before dessert, about the bride's mother fleeing in tears, about the man who funded it all and never raised his voice. Now my days are slower. I walk more, sleep without tossing, cook simple meals for myself. Silence doesn't taste bitter anymore, not like betrayal. Sometimes I pass a little bakery where I once bought her a chocolate croissant after her first recital. She cried when it broke on the way home. I bought her another one without saying a word. That's what fathers do. Maybe she'll remember that someday. Maybe not now. But memories have sharp edges when you're left alone with them. They thought my silence meant weakness, that my stillness was surrender. But they missed the truth. I wasn't passive. I was preparing. And when the moment came, I didn't shout. I didn't fight. I just walked away. And the empire they built with borrowed loyalty collapsed behind me. Let them tell their stories. I won't argue. I don't need to. Real justice doesn't need applause. It just turns a handle, steps into the quiet, and lets the storm finish the rest.